All right, I want to talk a little bit more about diffusion on the rear wall and control rooms, because if you're going to treat any surface, and look, diffusion is expensive, I get it. I build the stuff. There's a lot of parts. There's a lot of labor that goes into it. The materials are not too bad, but the labor is expensive. There's a lot of pieces, but that rear wall can contribute so much to your, so many issues to your mix.
Yes.
That you got to treat it. Now, what are our options? We have two: absorption, diffusion. That's the only two technologies. I'm kind of sad to say that we have. We don't really have any others. The laws of physics only give us those two choices. So Sam had some bass trapping and stuff that he did on his own. And then we did our quadratic diffusion sequence. That's the Prime 17 sequence. And we have bases on it, and you can go to our website and see this, where we also added the carbon to the base. But you can see that his whole rear wall now is diffusion. And let's talk about a little before and after. What were you hearing before, and what do you hear after?
Well, like I said before, if you walk around, like say behind this rack, you would walk east, west, like this. The sound changes as you go, right? And then if you go further back, like you hear a lot more bass. I mean, a lot more bass. Now you could be right next to the diffusers in the back, and the sound is more even. And beside that, it sounds great. It looks great, and then the Craftsman is so solid. It's so, you know, you can put them there for 20 years, and then nothing can happen. There's not some kind that you put them and after a while they start chipping or whatever.
Yeah.
So they look beautiful and they sound great. And like you were saying, probably one of the three biggest problems is the side walls from the mixing board and the back wall, because the bass gonna keep coming back at you, and then back at the cancellations, what have you. So I am very happy. Now if I'm mixing here, and another thing I forgot to say is, before, you know, every studio it's called the sweet spot. The sweet spot was like here, you know, right in between the speakers. Now the sweet spot is almost around this mixing.
This whole area here.
Yeah. And now when you're listening here, you're sitting working here, you're listening here. If you go further, it doesn't sit. The change is minimal. So you still, even when you're there, you still can make decisions about the mix. So now when I'm mixing with people here, when we're listening pretty much almost to the same thing. Instead of before, we're almost like in two different mixing rooms.
How about the mids and highs?
The mids,
and what do you notice different there?
The mids and highs, like when I was analyzing this room, I know I had two main problems. Was I think between the 35 to 55 kind of. That's where the presence of the instrument or the voice is, and I had a dip, and I had another dip in the 11K up 10 to like 13 and up, let's say. And so when you have this kind of problems, you compensate. So I would, to make it sound in here, I would have it, you know, sounding nice and present in here, and it has some air on top, on the material, on the music. But then when you go outside, it's harsh because you overdid it, because what you could not hear, you compensate for. Now you have a little bit too much of. And when you put too much from 10 and up, you're not having air anymore. You have sibilance, and you have that kind of, it takes away from the body of the music or the instrument, you know. So now I think pretty much it sounds pretty good. Even like from listening to like CDs by other people, like we just listened to Sting, and you can tell it sounds very good, because I'm sure it sounds very good. So if I bring it in my room, it's Sting CD, and it doesn't sound that good, I know it's not Sting's mistake. It's this room has a problem, not the production, obviously.
Right.
So like I said, now like for example, I opened up some mixes I did before. The first thing I do now is I just take plugins off. I just start taking stuff off.
Nice.
Because I don't need it.
Nice.
5-6 plugins, you don't need this. You just take them off, because I was making decisions on false assumptions. I was, and on the other thing, you when you are not listening proper, you are going around looking for stuff that might be it's already there. You just don't hear it, so you keep trying to get there, and you're already there. It's like, where is you're at the church? Where the church? You're in the church. You don't know it.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I did.
And don't be afraid of diffusion. Those of you out there in the music business, it's not that complicated. It's all about distance and dimension. So distances are critical because we have to have enough distance for the energy. A diffuser is like a speaker. We don't plug it in, but we do put energy in it from our monitors. So when the energy goes in, it comes back out. So we have to have enough distance for the waveforms to completely form. And there's little ways that we can adjust for that also. So don't worry about your studio and trying to figure out what works best for yours. I think when we first started, we were doing the 13s.
Right.
And then we said, well, wait a minute. I think we got enough room for 17s because we get more frequencies. Diffusers are just like a speaker. They have a frequency response. So we have to put the right speaker in the right control room.
And the other thing, we start with the 13, and then we made the deal on the 13, if you remember. And then you told me it's too bad because the 17 would give you 25% more better results.
Yeah.
So actually, I knocked the wall. We took the whole wall to make room for the 17. So if you're in the sound business, you gotta do what it takes to get to the sound. We're not in the let's see what we have so we can fit stuff in. The sound has to be the main driver. Not because I have this space, I have to fit whatever, If you're gonna get 25% better result, it makes sense to knock the wall down, right? I would think.
Yes.
Than to compromise.
Yes. Yeah, they sound really good. They're really nice and smooth. Well, great. This has been wonderful. I'm glad you're happy.
Thank you.
I'm glad we got you fixed up.
Yes,
and
you did.
You have a new room to work in.
Yes, and the pleasure to work.
How nice after 25 years.
Yes.
A new room and you didn't have to move.
Right.
So we're going to have, for those of you out there in the Chicago area, we're going to have some demo units available in the next 2 or 3 months. And we're more than happy to bring them to your studio and let you try them out for a while. And be exposed to our technology of both our carbon and our foam. So what a pleasure, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our videos today, and if you did, we really would appreciate a thumbs up from you. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to the comment section, or you can go to our website, acousticfields.com, and fill out the contact form. Subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel. We're now doing 2 videos a week. If you have some ideas for topics, you can submit those to us also. If you're having room issues, we have that free room analysis. You can click on the button below, and we'll compare your room to our database of 120 built rooms that we built and actually measured, and I guarantee you your room is in that database. So just click on the button below for the free room analysis. Thank you.